Welcome to episode number 4 of this Vinny J Madden 24 Face of the Franchise series. And today, obviously I'm playing this Face of the Franchise series, first episode in a while, but this is a big episode. It's episode number 4, obviously, like I just said. We are playing the 7-1 Giants, and we're the 8-0 Raiders. So obviously that's kind of unrealistic. The Raiders and Giants both missed the playoffs in real life, but obviously I'm the Raiders quarterback, and so that's part of the reason why we're 8-0. But the Giants 7-1, yeah, that's Madden for you. But yeah, so I was going over the schedule, the week schedule. You have some notable teams. Chiefs 8-0 as well, so we're not the only undefeated team. And then you have the Giants only have 1 loss. And then I'm looking for some other teams that have done well. Eagles 6-2. Jets are 4-3. Panthers 5-2. Buccaneers 5-2. And then you have some 5-3 teams, 4-4 teams, 5-2. And then so the only other undefeated team is the 8-0 Chiefs. We're both in the AFC West, so we played the Chiefs 2 times this year. Once in Las Vegas, once in Kansas City, and the next episode will be one of those 2 games against the Chiefs, and I'm pretty sure it's the game in Vegas. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the schedule. As this episode was supposed to be the Jets game, but I decided to film the Giants game instead because the Jets are 4-3, obviously, which is still pretty good, but the Giants are 7-1. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm filming the Giants game instead of the Jets game. Next episode will be Week 12 against the Chiefs in Vegas, and that is the last game before the bye week. So that possibly could be 2 11-0 teams, possibly, in Week 12. That's obviously assuming that we're both undefeated and the Chiefs haven't had their bye week yet, because I'm not sure when the Chiefs have their bye week. But you still could have 2 undefeated teams at 10 or 11-0, entering Week 12 for this matchup, and then we play them again in Week 16 in Kansas City. So the next episode will be that Week 12 game against the Chiefs. The next episode after that will be the last game of the regular season in Week 18 against the Broncos in Vegas. And this game we're about to play is in Vegas as well, as obviously we beat the Broncos by 5, beat the Bills by 6, beat the Steelers by 11, beat the Chargers by 22. That's the biggest margin of victory this year so far. Beat the Packers by 10. That was last episode of the series. Patriots by 14. Bears by 5. We beat them 20-15 in Chicago. And then we played the Lions on Monday Night Football in Detroit and beat them 38-35 in overtime. We scored 21 points in the 4th quarter, and we were down 35-28, and we had 1 play left, 6 seconds, and we had the ball at the 5-yard line. And I took the snap, rolled out left, beat the Lions defender to the pylon, got into the end zone with no time left. That made it 35-34. We made the PAT. It made it 35-35. And then we got the ball first in overtime. Got a field goal on our first drive. They made it 38-35. But that allowed the Lions to get the ball down by 3, needing a touchdown to win it and a field goal to keep overtime going. But we made the stop on 4th down, so we snuck away with a win in Detroit, as we were about this close from losing our undefeated season last week, but we didn't, so that's good. We tied it with no time left in the 4th quarter, and then we got a field goal in overtime, and our defense made the stop once the Lions got the ball. So we did just enough to win, and we came back too. So that aside, let's do my side activities for the week. For Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before the game on Sunday. So let's do good night's sleep on Tuesday. Let's do smash concept for on-field drills Wednesday. Why not prank war on Thursday? Friday, let's do a private workout, and Saturday, let's do a massage therapy for extra recovery. Let's lock them in. I don't do the on-field drills in practice because I don't feel like doing them. I don't even do them off camera. So we should be able to get some boost though from that. So we got plus 200 credits and plus 2 mat stamina for the next game for that midnight sleep, plus 25 reps for the smash concept, plus 100 credits for the prank war, plus 3 strength for the next two games for that private workout, and then plus 2 mat stamina for the next 2 games as well for the massage therapy. So that's some good boost for this game, especially the mat stamina, because I'm not that fast of a quarterback. I'm a 73 overall quarterback. Yeah, it's a big game. It's a big. I was about to say big NFC game, but I forgot the Raiders are the AFC, so it's a non-conference matchup, but it's a big matchup for both teams in their respective conferences, because obviously you have 2 8-0 teams in the AFC, and then you have the second best team in the NFC. I think is, I don't know who it would be, but maybe the Eagles at 6-2, probably the Eagles at 6-2. So it's a big matchup for both of these teams for their respective conferences. We're both in 81 overall, and obviously we're 8-0. They're 7-1. They have obviously Saquon Barkley. They have Detzer Lawrence. I assume their quarterback's Daniel Jones. And then we have me, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow. And then on defense we have Matt Crosby, and that's really all the defensive players I can name you. Play calling enhanced skill level is pro. It is pro. And then the game style is simulation, because I don't play on competitive, because that's really just for online usually. And then arcade is just there's too much ridiculous stuff going on in arcade. Like too many penalties, and there's too many catches that are like non-realistic or not realistic. What's the pronunciation? Alan Roach. That is Daniel Jones. This is a Sunday late game, by the way. Well, here we go. And remember, Super Bowl 58 is here in Vegas, so if we can get there, we'll be playing the Super Bowl in our home stadium. That's part of the reason why I picked the Raiders, but the other part is they have Devontae Adams, and he's made a lot of great catches this year. And, I mean, this team's pretty good. I mean, I know in real life they missed the playoffs, but they're still a good team. I mean, they were close to making the playoffs this year. A few games in it went their way that it probably would have made the playoffs. Let's say, not sure who gets ball first. Giants get ball first and do not score. So we have the ball at our own 5-yard line, a minute and a half into the game. So 4.5 minutes to go in the first, because it is 6-minute quarters. The ball at our own 5, but so I'm guessing it was a punt, or maybe they went for it on 4th and then did it, or something like that. Chiefs won again. They beat the 2 and now 2-7 Dolphins 31-24 in Kansas City. So they beat the, well, at the time 2-6 Dolphins by 7. So a win's a win. And Mahomes 2 touchdowns. Jacobs 8 rushes, 60 yards last week and no touchdowns, but still has a good average. So yeah, Chiefs are still undefeated, and hopefully we can stay undefeated as well, because you never know. I mean, obviously both of these teams, the Chiefs and Raiders, both of them will not go undefeated because we play each other twice. But you could see two teams with like 13 plus wins, maybe. Now it's 3rd down. So it's 3rd and a yard, remember that. And now here's a throw, and that ball is caught by Adams. 17 yards on 3rd and a yard. 1st down Raiders. Cardinals beat the Browns 10-6 in Cleveland. That was a defensive slugfest, I guess. Here we go. And I am sacked. As Thibodeau, if I'm pronouncing that right, made the play. Green Bay won against the Rams 42-13 in Green Bay. Packers are now, I believe, at 3-5 in the game. In real life, they just made the playoffs, beat the Bears tonight. Or today, for me. For you guys, it's probably a few days ago. And now I'm throwing this. That might be a bad mistake, but it's not a bad mistake. Adams makes the catch. What a throw and catch. That's why I came to this team. Down 58 yards, down to the Giants 21. Buccaneers beat the Texans 28-14 in Houston. I'm seeing this at the bottom of the screen, by the way, if you don't see that. And this is an end around the Renfro. Renfro is down to the 13, got 8, second down and 2. Bears beat the Saints 34-28 in New Orleans. Here we go. We also have Sims. I don't know who this Sims guy is. I'm not sure if he's a receiver or a tight end. Here's a throw. That ball's caught, and he's inside the 10 and inside the 5. At the 4, first and goal. Patriots beat the Commanders 31-24 in New England, but both those teams are not that good. Commanders 2-7, Patriots 3-6. First and goal from the 4, under a minute to go in the first, and he got nowhere. No gain, second down. Let's go to Z-spot. Ravens beat the Seahawks 31-24 in Baltimore. I believe it's that the Seahawks were 1-7 and the Ravens were either 7-1 or 6-2. So we gotta look out for the Ravens too, because they're either 7-1 or 6-2. Here we go, and now Vinny J rolling out right, and he'll go for the pylon touchdown as he beat the Giants defender to the pylon. And the Raiders strike first here in Vegas, as I beat the Giants player number 58 to the pylon. And it's 6-0 Raiders as we strike first here in Vegas. As I have 184 reps on that drive. So that's good. 4-yard rushing touchdown for Vinny J, and it's now 7-0 Raiders. Giants go down and get a field goal, but not a touchdown. And now let's start with a slip screen. 5:16 to go in the first half. It's 7-3 Raiders, and we did the ball after halftime. And you didn't miss anything, but like I said, we have the ball now, and we did the ball after halftime, and we're up 7-3. Here's a slip screen. And he wrote a tackle, and he got 9. Second and 1, I'm 4 for 4, 93 yards. So it's PA fullback flat, I think is the name. And now here's a throw, kind of on a hitch route, and it's not out of the hands of the receiver. And that was a tight end. Third and a yard now. I'm going to go with 94 Will. Hopefully, I don't think that, it is J-Dubs okay. He only needs 3 feet. And J-Dubs has got it, and more. Got 5. First down. He has 4 rushes on 13 yards on 4 carries, I meant. As we converted on third. Here's a snap. And oh no, I broke the sack! And then I tried to throw it away, but number 5 cleans it up. As I broke the first sack and then tried to throw it away, but I might have still been in the pocket anyways, and I might have got an intentional grounding penalty, but it's a moot point as the second guy cleaned it up seconds later. And it's second down and 19. And now I'm in trouble again. Rolls out left like I did in the Lions game, and I might get the first down. I do not, but I got 15. It's 3rd and 4. So yeah, that's almost as similar as I did in the Lions game, where I just rolled out left and ran it in from 5 yards out with no time left to tie it, and then we won it in overtime to keep our undefeated season alive. And that was a bad throw. No gain. It's my 4th down. So it helps the completion percentage, but that's all it does. So that was the Renfro. So it's a reception, but no yards. And I got 207 reps now, 23 on that drive, and it's like a player lock on Vinny J, so I can't go for it. And I probably want to go for it anyways. And we did the ball back at their 49, so it might have been like a turnover. Not sure if it was a turnover or a good punt return or if they turned it over on downs. But it's probably, yeah, a good punt return, a bad punt, a turnover on downs, or a turnover. And now here's J-Tups. Last play before the 2-minute warning here. There's 2:10 to go. We got 9. And we're going to go to the 2-minute warning. 7-3 Raiders, and we have the ball on the Giants side of the 50. Start with Wisesail, and we can double dip here and set second half. Adams, Renfro, Mayer, J-Dubs, and we have Myers on a streak route on the right side. I'm going to go to him one-on-one in zone, and there's a penalty. I think it's defensive pass interference as he drew the flag, and it's DPI in the end zone. It'll be first and goal from the 1, and it's on the cornerback. 39-yard penalty, first and goal from the 1 as the foul occurred in the end zone. And now I'm going to give it to J-Tups here. Only needed 3 feet of Dan, and he got it. Touchdown Raiders. As he got the 3 feet he needed, and we're up by 10. 8th touchdown of the year for number 8. As one play after the DPI, we run it in from a yard out. J-Tups runs it in from a yard out. 217 reps now, 10 on that drive. Which was only, what, 2 plays, right? No, 3 plays. 14-3 Raiders, but the Giants did a touchdown. 46 seconds to go in the half. We have all 3 timeouts, and we're up 14-10 as the Giants got their first touchdown of the game. Let's see if we can score here and after halftime. And stride, but there was a guy right there. And I'm going to call it first timeout. 6 for 7, I think, 98 yards. We have 2 timeouts left. We probably got to do a... Let's do this. Let's try to hit Mayer, maybe. He's over the middle. If he's open. And that's a tight window, but I find him. And he's up to their 49. I call our second timeout. I went through that between 2 defenders. It's perfect timing. A little earlier or late, that might have been a pick. Might have been an interception if it was a little earlier or late. Here we go. From the 49. I'm gonna throw it to J-Tups, the dump off man. And I'm gonna call our final timeout, so there's about 20 seconds left, so now we gotta go for the end zone or go out of bounds. Because if we tackle inbounds, time might run out at 23 seconds, maybe. Now, we can't take a sack either. They might be burning pressure. Okay, no, they're not burning pressure. I roll out right, and I go out of bounds at the 34. So I got 16 seconds, and they're gonna pull me off right now. So I decided this is a player lock, so I have no decision making over that, but we still make the field goal. It's going to be probably like a 50-yard field goal, 51 yards. So it's no dimmy for Daniel Carlson, but he's a good kicker. I'm going to move the super sim speed to normal because I want to see if he makes it. And the kick is good from 50, and it's 17-10, 12 seconds to go in the half. Kickoff, they're probably just going to knee it, you would think. And 3-yard rush by Barkley, and that's going to be the end of the first half. We have the ball to start the second half, up 17-10. And any score here makes it a 2-score game. Never know. This could be a Super Bowl preview, or maybe. I mean, even though the Giants are 7-1 right now and we're 8-0, it's no gimme that we're going to both get to the Super Bowl. Who knows? So I believe a screen pass. Yes, it is a screen pass to J-Tups again. Good block outside. And J-Tups got about, what, 15? I'm 9 for 10, 146. That's a good 90% completion percentage. Usually my completion percentage is like 60 or 70. But right now it's 90. But who knows if I can keep that up. And now here's a throw wide open is square. Why did he catch it and fall backward? But, hey, down to the Giants 30, first down. 2 receptions, 24 yards for Renfro. That was 24 yards because his first reception was 0. And that's 5 yards for J-Dubs. He has 8 rushes, 35 yards, and a touchdown. I have our first touchdown on the ground. J-Dubs has our second on the ground. Here we go. I'm rolling out a lot here. I'm going to throw it, and that ball is caught. Dangerous throw, but it's caught down to the 11, 1st and 10, Vegas. Let's throw the red zone halfback scissors. 1st and 10 from the 11. 3:25 to go and count in the 3rd. And now here's a throw, and that ball is almost picked off. So now I'm 11 for 13. 2nd down. Luckily it wasn't picked off. That could have changed it, because even any score here, like I said, makes it a 2-score game. So gotta make sure we at least get 3 here. And now here's a throw. That ball is gonna be caught. He got a yard. 3rd and 9 from the 10. Let's go with mesh. We can't get a first down at the 1, so we can't get a first down without getting a touchdown. Bob says a lot of traffic by the goal line. It's caught by Etz in stride, and he's going to be a couple yards short. 4th and 2 from the 3. 2:40 to go and counting in the 3rd. And he's going to take me off, but we just got to make sure it's like a 20-yard field goal. So it's well less than an extra point, and it should be a gimme, or a chip shot, or both. But, so let's see. And it's 1st and goal. See, I think what happened here is sometimes I've seen where they go for it and they bring in the backup quarterback for some reason, or your quarterback's actually still in the game and they go for it, but for some reason it gets simmed. So either way, somehow we got the 1st down, 1st and goal from the 1. So we got the 2 yards we needed on 4th down. I'm doing like a play action and good block, and wide open is R1, touchdown, Raiders. And it's Johnson. I don't know who Johnson is. He kind of looks like a fullback, or he probably is a fullback, or I've seen him in the backfield before. So I'm guessing that's our fullback. As I had 3 guys there with only 2 defenders, 3 Raiders players to 2 Giants players. So one guy's gonna be open, and that was R1, which was Johnson. And that was a good block on the outside, because if that I don't know who, maybe. I don't know who had the block, but whoever did, if he didn't block that Giants player, that would have been a sack. So that was a heck of a block. 2:07 to go in the 3rd, and it is now 20-10 Raiders. But still plenty of game to go for New York. And I'm going to move the speed, super sim speed back to fast. And they do not score. 1:13 to go. We have the ball at our own 20, up by 14. It's 24-10 actually. It's not 21-10. So it's 24-10 with 1:13 to go in the 3rd. Any score makes it a 3-score game. Now here's a throw to triangle, which is Adams. 1st down up to the 39, Dana 19. 5 for 17, 211, and a touchdown, which was Johnson, I think our fullback. 5 wide now. And open again is Adams, who has his X factor based on that orange X below his feet, and they're already down to the Giants 47. There's Jacobs, and he down about 5, and he did. And now take us to the 4th quarter. End of the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are up 24-10, and they have the football on the Giants side of the 50. So we scored 7 in the 1st, both teams scored 10 in the 2nd, and then we scored 7 in the 3rd. And now it's the 4th. We have the ball at the Giants 42, 2nd and 5, 6 minutes to go. We're up 24-10. And here's Etz. Etz is literally wide open. And he toe taps down to the 12, 1st and 10. This is a great game for me. Now it's a slipstream to the other side. I mean, touchdown probably puts the game away, because it made it 31-10. And now here's Jacobs, and he broke the tackle. And he's forced out at the 5. 2nd down and 3. I only have 2 incompletions. That's rare. Even on here in this series when it's on Pro, a little less difficulty, or a little easier difficulty than All Pro. Only have 2 incompletions. Here's Jacobs, and he's down to the 1. It's a first down, first and goal from the 1. So let's do halfback dive it in. We're going defense for the Giants, but a touchdown here should be the dagger, and Jacobs is not in. Or he isn't, excuse me. I thought he was stopped, but second effort got him in. Touchdown Raiders, and that could be the dagger here in Vegas. As Jacobs at first, I believe, was stopped. He at first he was stopped, but the second effort got him in. I mean, there was 4 guys on him, but he stiff-armed 91 in the face, and then just thrust his way into the end zone. And it's now, what, 30-10 with 4:40 to go. I have a total of 430 reps, 88 on that drive. And it's now 31-10, and we have the ball at their 12. So this could be the biggest margin of victory so far this year, I think, is what, 32-10, so 22 points. And I'm guessing this is a turnover, or they turned it over on downs, because obviously they probably went for it on 4th, down by 3 touchdowns. Here's Jacobs, and he is down to the 8, second down and 6. He has 2 touchdowns. I have 1 on the ground and 1 through the air. And then obviously we have 1 field goal. And then the Giants have 1 touchdown and 1 field goal. And now here's Jacobs again, and he's down to the 3, 3rd and 1. 13 rushes, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Jacobs. Looking for a hat trick. I'm giving it to him again. 3rd and 1 for Jacobs, and he's got the first down, but not the touchdown. 1st and goal from the 1. Halfway through the 4th, I'm going to give it to him again, because here we go. Let's see if he did his 3rd touchdown of the game, which would be a hat trick. Here's Jacobs up the middle, touchdown Raiders. Hat trick for Jacobs, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and we're up by 27, 28 pending the PAT. This is a dominating performance against one of the best teams in the NFC. 530 reps, 100 on that drive. And we're up by 28, and we have the ball back at our own 40. 2:11 to go. Right now, this would be our biggest margin of victory. Right now is I thought this would have been a lot closer. That's why I filmed this, but clearly that was not the case. But we're still gonna win. At least we're on the winning side of this, not the losing side. Jacobs, flag is down, and he's up past midfield, but that's most likely gonna come back. And it will. It's gonna hold it on the Raiders. And it's on James, the center. It's going to be 2nd down, or 1st down and 15, back at the 35. So, no harm, no foul. Well, there was a foul, but it won't hurt us because we're up by 4 touchdowns. And now Jacobs, this one will count. He got 8, 2-minute warning. We're up 38-10. So this will be our biggest margin of victory was 32-10, which is 22 points. Now it's 38-10, which is 28 points. So looks like this is our biggest win of the year, points-wise, because some games, especially the last 2, have been really close. And now Jacobs is running through this defense. 78 yards, 17 rushes, and 3 touchdowns. And I want to throw it here. So he has 3 touchdowns. I have 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air, and then Jacobs has the other 3 on the ground. And now here's a throw over the middle, and that ball is dropped by the defender. I have 18 for 23 now for 18 for 21. So only 3 incomplete passes. That was the 3rd one right there. And that's my 4th one. So I'm hurting my completion percentage now. 18 for 22. Now it's 3rd down and 10 from their 44. 1:26 to go on the clock. This one will be a completed pass, but it's I actually lost the yard. So I'm 19 for 23, 262, and a touchdown. That could be my last throw, as I have a total of 535 reps, 5 on that drive. Let's move this M speed to normal. See what, are we gonna kick a field goal? No, it's a touchback, as we punted it for a touchback. 1 minute to go. Would have been like a 52-yard field goal. So now the Giants are driving. 30 seconds to go. They're down at our 27, obviously. Now they're down at our 4. 20 seconds to go. First and goal, incomplete pass. 17 seconds. Second and goal. Third and goal now from the 4, and now fourth and goal from the 4. And we stopped them at the 2, so they got halfway there on fourth down. So now it's first down for us at the 2. With 13 seconds to go, I want to end on a completed pass that actually is not for negative yards. So just don't take a safety. That would be unfortunate. And now here's a throw to Adams and a spin, and he got 8 yards for forward progress, and that is going to be the game. The Raiders destroy the Giants, 38-10 the final. Yeah, this game was close, wasn't it? What, 17-10 at half? I think it was 17-10 at half. But yeah, Giants, big old goose egg in the second half. No turnovers for either team. And we averaged 7.8 yards per play, had more passing and rushing yards, and obviously had our biggest victory points-wise of the year, as we won by 28 at 38-10. I had an 83.3% completion percentage, 271 touchdown, and then Jones, 57.5% completion percentage, 237, no touchdowns. Though the one touchdown for New York must have been probably by Barkley. Jacobs, 17 carries, 78 yards. Adams, 5 receptions, 117. Renfro, 2 receptions, 24. I'm reading that right above where it says my completion percentage. I had a 127.4 QB rating, which is pretty good. Average per throw, 11.2. Longest pass, 58 yards to Adams back in the first quarter, or first half. And then Daniel Jones actually had the only touchdown for the Giants. He had 2 rushes, 12 yards, and their only touchdown. As Barkley only had 3 carries for 11 yards. Man. Did he get injured or something? I don't know. Jacobs, 17 for 78, 3 touchdowns. Had the hat trick worth of touchdowns. I was 3 for 22 with a touchdown. Jacob Johnson, who is our fullback, number 45, 1 for 2 for rushing, 1 for 2, and then Renfro 1 for 8 on the end around. And then receiving, Michael Mayer, tight end, 6 for 67. Adams 5 for 117. Jacobs 4 for 43. Myers 2 for 18. Renfro 2 for 24, and then that same Jacob Johnson 1 for 1 for 1 touchdown. So he caught that pass from 1 yard out. So he had 2 rushing yards, 1 receiving yard, and 1 receiving touchdown. My only touchdown pass, because then opposite I had 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, and then Jacobs had the other 3. And then defense, I mean, there were no turnovers, but do we have any sacks? We had Crosby had a sack and a half. Chandler Jones had a sack. Jerry Tiller had a sack. And Duke Shelley had a half a sack. So we had a total of, what, 4 sacks? Yeah, we had a total of 4 sacks with a couple guys didn't 1 guy didn't 1.5, and then 1 guy didn't half. We had a total of 4 sacks. Obviously, there was no turnovers for either team. And then kicking, Carlson 5 for 5 on PATs, and then 1 for 1 on field goals when he hit from 50 yards. And then I think we had 2 punts by AJ Cole the third. And then Giants, Graham Donnell 1 for 1 on PATs and field goals, hit from 56. That was a pretty long field goal. And then I think they punted it 4 times with Jamie Dillon. So, yeah, I mean, we scored 7 in the first, both teams scored 10 in the second, and then we scored 7 in the third, and then 14 in the fourth. So it was 17-10 at the half, but then we outscored the Raiders, or excuse me, it was 17-10 at the half, and then we outscored the Giants 21-0 in the second half. So I mean, we were in this game, but then after the pass to Johnson from 1 yard out, and the Jacobs run from 1 yard out, and another Jacobs run from 1 yard out, put the game away by scoring 21 unanswered points in the second half. So yeah. So I thought this would have been a closer game. I was originally going to film the Jets game, which is in the next week here in this game, but I decided not to because I saw the Giants were 7-1, and well, I thought this game would have been at least a 1 or 2 score game, but in the end it's a 4 score game because 28 points is 4 scores. So I thought it would have been like a 1 or 2 score game, but it ends up being 4. But at least we're the team that got 38 and not 10. So we're on the winning side of this. We moved to 9-0. The Giants fall to 7-2. And the next episode of the series could be, it's going to be against another team that's undefeated or close to being undefeated, in the Chiefs, because that next episode will be that Chiefs game in Week 12 here in Las Vegas, and that's going to be a big game that's going to be a big game in the AFC West and the AFC Conference altogether. So, because obviously you could have 2 undefeated teams at the top of the AFC West by the time that game's played, and you also could obviously have 2 undefeated teams when we actually play that game. And right now there's 2 undefeated teams at the top of the AFC West, not the AFC East. So yeah. But that's going to be a big game in Week 12 against the Chiefs for the AFC West and for the whole AFC Conference. But, yeah, hopefully we win that game, but you guys will find out if we win it or not in the next episode of this series. The next video on this channel will probably be the divisional playoffs in my Green Bay Packers Madden 24 franchise series. That'll probably be the next video here on this channel. That's pretty much it. If you liked this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know, I'm going to see you in episode number 5 of this Vinny J Madden 24 Face of the Franchise series. See you in episode number 5. And eat on a bacon. And go Raiders.